right, guys, welcome to the Studying Brew episode 811. It's 811 for this amazing Serious 6th Thursday. Wait, does that mean I gotta get serious? Yeah, right. No, I don't. No, guys, it is, we call it the Serious 6 because it just rhymed, right? And that's all. It just rhymed, but we never are too serious here. You guys know the drill. Anyways, I'm Brandy. I am the professor of the KonaButterflyz. Andy is the one that does pretty much everything else, right? Everything else, that's what Andy does. Even while he's been gone, guys, he's been answering phone calls and texts. He's been doing all the social media posts. He's been doing all of it, right? So even while he's gone, he's still doing all that stuff. So, but guys, welcome. Let's get to it, right? Let's just get started. But before I forget, I forgot. Guys, we're going into the weekend. And not only are we going into just a regular weekend, we're going into like a holiday weekend. Now, I know Thanksgiving isn't until Thursday, and I'll probably see you guys next week. But what tends to happen is we have the office parties, right? We got the Friendsgiving. We got the early Thanksgiving get-togethers, right? That all happens probably this weekend. And guess what's going to take a step back? You're studying. Your studying is always the first to go. I don't know why. Maybe because it's boring. Maybe because, oh, man, it's okay, right? Guys, don't let studying take a back burner to all of your Friendsgivings, office parties. Don't let your studying stop. Just wake up a little early. Knock out a 10-question quiz. Get the studying done before you go out. And that way you don't have to worry about coming home and then studying when you're exhausted. But that's the best idea because, guys, I don't know what you've been hearing in your firms, in your offices. Some people say, you know what? Just wait until the new year. Just wait. No, guys, don't wait. You guys can knock out that first exam this year. We still have 5 weeks left, 6 weeks left. I don't know. I didn't do the counting because we still have time. We still have a lot of time. And if you're like waiting to do your U4 for the new year, that's cool. I totally understand that, but be ready. Be ready. So that way the 1st of January happens, you process your U4, you get that thing going, and you're ready to test as soon as your window opens. As soon as your window opens, you're ready to test. You're really not taking time off. You're just kind of being a little bit more strategic with your exams. That's cool. Either way, before the new year, after the new year, the idea is be ready. Do not let your foot off the gas. Now, I tell this to our members all the time. So I'm going to mention it to you guys, right? You know, Thanksgiving is the day that we eat, right? Well, unless you're a vegan and there's like no food for you, right? But guys, it's the day that we let go of the diets, right? And we say, you know what? It's a holiday. Calories don't count today, right? Well, guess what? Even on your craziest, busiest days, a 10-question quiz, spending less than 10 minutes in your studying goes a long way, guys. It goes a long way to being consistent. A long way of going consistent. So maybe you're not getting in your 1 hour or your 2 hours or your 3 hours of studying, and all you could do that day is a 10-question distracted quiz. Congratulations. You guys should pat yourself on the back because you know what you did? You kept consistent. And that is awesome. That is awesome. Oh, look, somebody's making a vegan Thanksgiving this year. Hey, you know what? I'm just going to say this. My mom was like, maybe we should just do Thanksgiving Brandy style this year. And I'm like, I don't want to make you guys do that. But I'm like, hey, if you guys want, I'm down. It'd be nice to like eat. Anyways, guys, let me share the screen. Let's get started. Let's roll with that commercial that we do, right? Because this is the 30 minutes of free. But guys, we just finished all the recording for our new videos. We've been calling them the day one videos. We just wrapped up recording. So we are going to be putting together an amazing Kona Academy starting in January. So if you guys want some more information, that's all going to be coming up soon, right? We're going to start rolling out how we're going to execute that, what we want it to look like. My plan, because I'm a big planner, is to do 3 exams starting in January, right? Because you guys are all in different places. So that's the idea. But for now, guys, we have on-demand courses. You guys can watch them late at night. You can watch them early in the morning. You can watch them on your lunch break. You can watch them whenever, right? We have live sessions. The schedule is going to look a little different next week, only because it is Thanksgiving, but we're picking it back up again right after Thanksgiving. We have our study guides available. They are ebooks. You guys just can download them. You can print them out, right? I am a printer of the paper. I am the printer of the paper. And guys, let me just say, that's how I have to do it. But if you guys can keep it on your screens, by all means, keep it on your screens, right? Guys, we have the Kona community. That is for free. That is for anybody. It's for anybody studying. You got questions? Guess what? Put them there. Put them in the message board. You have, you guys want a little bit of links? Ask there. You guys search. Oh my gosh, guys, we have so many things in there. We have so many answers to questions already in there. We have studying brews almost on every topic. You guys can just search on that message board and it'll pop up if we have a studying brew, if we have a video, if we have anything, it'll pop up there for you guys. It is an amazing, amazing resource. Plus, it's the best way to get connected to your studying community, to the Kona community. Me and Andy are over there. It's the best place to be, right? Guys, our phone number is still not able to text out. You guys can text us, but Andy will give you a call, right? So not able to text out, but you guys can text us there, or you can hit Andy up on the Telegram. You can hit him up on Instagram, right? Email, whatever, through the message board, through Patreon. You guys can, there's many different ways that you guys can reach us. So just let us know if you guys need anything. I put links in the chat, right? You can scan that QR code and get started. Now, members. This is the first time we're doing this. It is an all member test taking techniques class. That's right. We are going to take these concepts and we are going to take a deep dive on them. So it starts at 11 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Mountain, 1 p.m. Central, and 2 p.m. in the East. Will it be recorded? Yes. Yes, it will. It will be recorded. We are going to take some questions if we can. I know it's the first time we're doing it, so we might not have that many questions, but guys, we would love to turn Fridays into like answering questions, doing a review, and doing techniques. So our first is this Friday, right? If you guys were wondering, that's Kona right there. That's our boy. That's our Kona. He is what we named our business after. Anyways, guys, so that's happening tomorrow. Yeah, that's it. And then members, we're going to have our Sunday night evening espresso, of course, and then we'll see you guys back here on Monday night. But let's get into the Series 6. So I decided to shake things up a bit. So instead of going into the Series 7, going into the SIE, what I ended up doing was pulling 6 questions of topics that you guys will see on any given exam. Any given exam. Maybe it's repetitive through all of the exams. Maybe it shows up on just the Series 7 or maybe the Series 6. Maybe it shows up just in the 26 or 65, 66, maybe just the 63. But the idea here, guys, is that these are all simple keyword connections that you guys have to memorize. Like there's no getting around it. These are things that for whatever the reason, we just have to memorize. We have to connect. Now, I'm not saying understand. Keep in mind, guys, one of our pastors this week literally said it's about connections, not comprehension. And that is what we are going to base tonight on. When I see this, I think this. When I see this, I think this. And that is what we're going to base these 6 questions on. Okay, you guys ready? Let's go. You like that? Test topic edition? All right, guys, we're starting out with numbers. Everybody's favorite is the numbers. So we're starting out. First thing I see clearly right away is that the $1,000 is the highest, right? I also see that 95 is the lowest. Now, the other thing I see is that I've got these digits are the same, these digits are the same, and these digits are totally different, right? Like those are random digits. So what should spark your memory is that when you see $1,000 and then you see like these numbers, but the first thing you guys should think of when you see $1,000 with no context, exactly, par value of a bond, right? $1,000 par value. Perfect. See, now you guys are getting, you guys are seeing what I mean by keyword connections, right? All right, so let's go ahead and reveal the question. What is the price of a $1,000 10-year treasury bond quoted at 9508? Okay, stop. Now, what is the price of a $1,000 quoted? So we're not really focused on that number. We're focused on the quote. Okay. Now, do you guys remember the saying? We've talked about this before in the Studying Brews, right? Add a $, add a 0. When we talk about bond pricing, add a $, add a 0. So we know the answer is not 95 and we know the answer is not B. So the answer is probably C, right? Stop. If you guys remember, I say this, man, there's something different about the treasury bonds. I have to do some weird divide thing. Otherwise saying it's not straight add a 0. Do you guys remember me saying that? Treasury quotes are different than corporate quotes. So if I was going based purely on that weird divide thing, wouldn't the answer be A? We eliminated B and D. This is too on the nose, as they say. And this one has the different thing in it, right? All right. And yes, guys, that was the answer. Now, what do you guys mean by what? You're probably wondering what the heck I mean by that weird divide thing, right? So for whatever the reason, treasuries are quoted in 30 seconds, not 30 seconds, but 30 seconds. So what we're supposed to do, yes, is add a $, add a 0, but we're supposed to take this 08 and we're supposed to divide it by 32. And when you do that, you get 0.25. Sorry, you guys can't tell that that's an equal sign. You get 0.25. So you add your 0 and guess what? You get 95250. But did we have to know that to answer the question? Did we have to remember that it was divide by 32, or did we just have to remember that it was a treasury and that was different? That is what I mean by connections, guys. That is what I mean by connections. All right, let's go to the next one. Boom. All right, painting the tape. I don't know why, but I always think of swish, 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 paint. I'm painting the tape. Does that make front running, line cutting. Churning is excessive. Ramping? Huh? Never heard of that one. Never heard of ramping. But if I had to kind of paint a picture of what it means to ramp or ramp up, I feel like it's like one of these things, right? Where I'm trying to go up the ramp. You guys see what I just did though? I'm not getting caught up on the fact that I don't know what D is. I'm not getting caught up on the fact that I've never heard of D. I'm just going to try to picture what I think it means outside of securities. Outside of securities, I'm picturing a ramp. I'm going up a ramp, right? Ramping up. I got to face this thing. I'm going to ramp it up, right? All right, now let's look at the question. Now, you would probably think these are all bad, right? Line cutting, excessive, painting the tape, whatever, right? All right, let's read the question. When a market maker executes a market order based on privately held knowledge, that's a flag, not a bad flag, but that's a hint, pertaining to an imminent block transaction in the market, he or she engages in an illegal activity known as. When a market maker executes a market order based on something upcoming. So I know this is coming here, but I put an order in there. Isn't that line cutting? That's right. It's called line cutting. Boom, boom. There's your answer. All we had to do is just paint a picture of what it looked like outside of securities, right? I guarantee you guys, you're not going to see that diagram in any of your LEMs. Because that's an amazing diagram. That's all I'm saying, right? Okay. All right. More than 2/4 of decreasing GDP. More than 2/4 of a falling PPI. What's PPI? I don't know. More than 2/4 of a shrinking. Maybe you remember shrinky dinks, those things that you like colored and then you put into the oven and then they like shrank up. Going down, and more than 2/4 of a decline in the housing market. We're financial people. We're not real estate agents. Do we really care about specifically just one market? Probably not, but it is going down. Now, somebody in the chat put recession. So you saw more than 2/4 declining, and your thought process was boom, recession. Now, can I ask this question? What one of these GDP, PPI, or M1 matches recession? There you go. So this person's connection was recession to the 2/4 decreasing GDP is recession, right? Now, we probably have heard somewhere about PPIs and M1s, but based on my connection, when I say blue, you say sky. When I say 2/4 decreasing GDP, you think recession, right? We think that the answer might be A. It's the only one that we know. It's the only one that we're confident in, right? A recession. Stop. See what we did there? That's it. That's it. We went with our gut. We kept it simple. If you are an overthinker, this is the exercise for you. If you're an overthinker, second guesser, I knew the answer was A, but I picked C because it said M1. And I don't even know what M was. I don't even remember what M1 is. Then this is the exercise for you. Does that make sense? All right. When a client is investing in preferred stock, when the client is investing in corporate bonds. Oh, check that out. When the client is investing, never. Eek. That's harsh, right? That's harsh. When the client's investing in government securities. Now, we usually say that never is not true. Am I right? But remember, that's a usually. So I'm going to go with the fact that this is different. So, maybe it's a little bit negative, but it's definitely the different choice, right? And I'm trying to find a link between preferred stock, corporate bonds, and government securities. And the only thing that I can think of is that this provides income, this provides income, and this provides income. Of the three, this is the more risky, right? And this is the more safe. Now, did I say safe? Did I say safest? I mean, I guess it would be like saying safest, but did I say 100% safe? No, because all investments have risk, right? So I'm not finding a link between, I found a link between the three. They're all income based, right? I know that's a little bit of a deep dive, but again, associations, what do I use this for? Objective, right? Let's look in the question. Let's look in the question. When can an agent make a performance guarantee about an investment outcome? Can we ever do that? Isn't this like one of like the one thing, like the one of the main things that we absolutely cannot do? And there you guys go. Oh, I love it. I love it. Somebody said it's Taylor Swift. I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to try to sing it. Do you guys see what we're doing here? Now, you guys remember what I kind of started off with, right? Saying what tonight's theme is. Okay. All right. I just wanted to remind you guys. Oh, numbers. I hate numbers too. Wait, sorry. I used to hate these. Now, guys, when we create that emotion of I hate these, we're already half mentally checked out. Am I right? Let me show you guys how to combat these, because they're still in every Q bank, but they're not in the FINRA tests anymore. They are in the 63, 65, and 66, but they're not in your SIE 6, 7, 26, 24. They're not in those tests, just the 63, 65, and 66. So, but they're still in every Q bank. Nobody's gotten rid of them, so we just still have to kind of deal with them, right? So the first thing I do is I look and I'm going to pick 2, right? So now I know I'm picking 2, picking my 2. Next thing I'm going to do is I usually start with the question in this, but when I see how short this is, I'm going to look at these choices and I'm going to say, okay, what's going on here? Now I've got CESAs. Man, I don't even know what that is. IRAs, that's a retirement. 401ks, that's a retirement. 529 plans, those are education, right? Just quick keywords, quick associations, right? Boom, 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 boom. Now, check this out. If I see that these 2 are both retirements, I'm going to look, and that is definitely right there. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that could E stand for education? And the reason why I'm saying that is because I know that a 529 plan is for education. Can't that E stand for education? Is there a 1 and 4 in my answer choices? Yes, there is. It's right there, right? So if I was trying to pick based on what I'm seeing, I'm looking at either 1 and 4 or 2 or 3, right? So A or B. Let's look at the question. The question says, which of the following are considered retired? Did I even need to know what a CESA is? I already knew that that was my answer because my associations were, those were retirements, right? Now, a CESA is a Coverdell education savings account. You know what's annoying is that sometimes these are called education IRAs. So lame. But anyways, neither here nor there. Who cares what CESAs are? Because the question was asking about retirements, IRAs, 401ks. All right. Yeah, it's last one. 0. Not enough information given, negative, positive. So this is like nothing, 0, negative, positive. Now, normally when I see this, negative and positive are opposite of each other, right? Usually that's the answer. Am I right? But I don't know what the question is, but I'm thinking the answer is either C or D, right? So guys, on my paper, I don't do this nearly enough, but on my paper, right? Maybe I'm really tired. I'm literally going to go like this, right? Like nothing. And then I'm going to go negative, positive, that. That's what I'm doing on my paper. B is definitely longer than the rest. I agree with that one. All right, let's look at the question. The question says, in order to maximize diversification, that's the subject, right? In a portfolio containing 2 asset classes, an investor would seek a correlation coefficient between 2 asset classes. That is that. Okay, what, Brandy? Seriously, right now? What the heck are you talking about? Okay. I wanted to diversify, right? I wanted to diversify. Diversify means that like I have 2 things, right? One is going down, one's going up. What if that mean, but what could it mean that one is staying like stable and the other one's going up? Right? Because this is opposite. This has like no relation, right? Well, wait, did you guys see that? I said no relation, right? Isn't part of that word relation? Doesn't co mean like with? So if I wanted to maximize, my diversification, and I'm comparing two things, wouldn't I want to have no relation? Let me think about that. If I want to be completely diversified, wouldn't I want no relation? Negative means I'm going in the opposite direction. Positive means I'm going like with each other. So wouldn't I want none? And yes, guys, that's the answer. I want none. And now you guys just learned a 65-66 concept on a Studying Brew. How about them apples? Crazy, right? And all we had to look at, I want to be super diversified, right? I want to be super crazy diversified. And I want no relation. So I'm going to pick zero relation. Boom. Just like that. All right, guys. I hope that was helpful. I went a little bit slower, right? I went a little bit slower than I normally do. I really wanted to focus on connections that you just simply have to memorize. Like the GDP thing. Sorry, guys. There's no way around that. You just have to remember that a recession is 2 consecutive quarters of a declining GDP. There's no way, there's no magic to that. You just have to kind of connect it. I don't even understand what anything that you just said. I just know 2 consecutive quarters, decline, GDP, recession. Boom. Key word concepts. It wouldn't matter if that question was a paragraph. It wouldn't matter if that question was even shorter than it was. A recession, 2 consecutive quarters, decline, GDP. Boom, keyword concepts. You guys got this. Here's what I want for you guys this weekend. I want you guys to practice keeping it simple. I want you guys to practice the keyword connections, and I want you guys to practice seeing beyond the content and looking at the words in your questions. That's what I want you guys to work on this weekend. We will see you guys next time. Have a great one, guys.